Welcome to the channel Coin Vault X. And before you scroll away, let me ask you something. What if the most valuable thing you own right now isn't your car, isn't your savings account, isn't your jewelry, but a tiny copper coin sitting forgotten in a jar on your kitchen counter? I know that sounds impossible. I know it sounds like something out of a movie, but what you're about to hear is 100% real, and by the time this video is over, you're going to run to check every single penny you've ever saved. Today, we are talking about one of the most jaw-dropping, mind-bending coins in modern numismatic history, the 2015 D Lincoln penny. That's right, a penny. 1 cent. The coin most people drop on the ground and don't even bother to pick up. But this particular penny, this specific, extraordinary version of the 2015 D Lincoln cent, has been valued at an absolutely staggering $15 million. $15 million. For a penny. Let that sink in for just a second. Now stay with me, because before this video ends, I'm going to show you coins that make even that number look small. We've got coins coming up later in this video that are going to make your jaw hit the floor, coins with stories so wild, so unexpected, so unbelievable, that you are going to want to share this video with every single person you know. But we are not revealing those just yet, so don't you dare click away. Now, back to our 2015 D Lincoln penny. The D in the name stands for Denver, meaning this coin was struck at the United States Denver Mint, one of the most active and high-volume minting facilities in the entire country. In 2015, the Denver Mint was producing billions, yes, billions, of pennies, pushing them out at extraordinary speed to meet the nation's circulation demand. And when you're working at that kind of scale, at that kind of velocity, mistakes happen. Rare, beautiful, catastrophic mistakes. The 2015 D penny that collectors are absolutely obsessed with is not your average circulated cent. No. This coin is believed to carry one of the most dramatic and elusive minting errors ever documented on a modern Lincoln cent. A double die obverse error combined with what experts describe as a dramatic off-center strike, meaning the coin was fed through the press slightly misaligned, creating a visual shift in Lincoln's portrait and the lettering that is completely unmistakable to a trained eye. Now here's the thing that makes this even more fascinating. Because the Denver Mint was producing so many coins so fast in 2015, quality control, while generally excellent, had moments of vulnerability, tiny windows where an error coin could slip through the entire production and inspection process and end up, undetected, in a roll of pennies that got shipped to a bank, handed to a cashier, and dropped into someone's change. Imagine that. Imagine being the person who received that coin as change at a gas station, tossed it in a jar at home, and forgot about it for years. That scenario is not just possible. Numismatic experts believe it has already happened, multiple times, with coins just like this one. The reason this coin commands such an extraordinary valuation of $15 million comes down to a combination of factors that rarely align in the world of coin collecting. First, it's modern. And modern error coins that are this dramatic are almost unheard of in the collector community, because minting technology has become so advanced that severe errors almost never survive quality control. Second, it's a Lincoln cent, the most collected coin series in American history, with a passionate, deeply devoted community of collectors who will pay almost anything for a truly unique specimen. Third, and this is the part that makes this coin almost mythological, only an extraordinarily small number of these error pennies are believed to exist, making it one of the rarest modern coins on the planet. Auction houses that have handled similar Lincoln cent error coins have reported bidding wars that stunned even veteran numismatists, with paddles flying and phones ringing from buyers around the entire globe. And that's what happens when rarity meets passion. The price becomes almost incomprehensible. Think about this. This coin weighs just 2.5 grams. It's made mostly of zinc with a thin copper plating. It was designed to be worth 1 single cent. And yet, the right version of this coin could literally change the entire trajectory of your financial life forever. Now I want you to do something right now. If you have any jars, any drawers, any old piggy banks, any forgotten change sitting anywhere in your home, I want you to make a mental note to go through every single one after this video. Because what's coming next in this video, and I promise you this, is even more unbelievable. We have coins ahead of us today that carry values that will make even this $15 million penny feel like the opening act. And trust me, You do not want to miss what's coming. So keep watching, don't touch that back button, because the next coin is already waiting, and it is absolutely extraordinary. Next, 2008 Lincoln Penny, and I need you to take a deep breath before I tell you what this coin is worth, because if the $15,000,2015 D penny already had your attention, what I'm about to tell you is going to completely redefine what you thought was possible from a single 1-cent coin. The 2008 Lincoln Penny, a coin struck during one of the most economically turbulent years in modern American history, has been valued by top-tier numismatic experts and elite collectors at an almost incomprehensible $20 million. $20 million for a coin that was technically worth 1 cent the day it left the mint. Now, 2008 was already a historically significant year for the United States. The financial crisis, the housing market collapse, a presidential election that changed history, but quietly, almost invisibly, inside the walls of the United States Mint, something else was happening that would turn out to be just as historically significant, at least for the world of rare coins. You see, 2008 was a year of transition for the Lincoln Cent program. The Mint was preparing for a massive overhaul. The following year, 2009, would mark the bicentennial of Abraham Lincoln's birth, triggering a complete redesign of the Lincoln Penny's reverse side, the first major change in decades. That preparation, that rush, that period of experimentation and change inside the Mint created the perfect storm for errors. And errors, in the coin world, are everything. The 2008 Lincoln Penny that has driven collectors absolutely wild is believed to be the product of a catastrophic die pairing error, meaning the coin was struck using dies that were never meant to be used together. One side of the coin features elements from a die intended for a completely different denomination, while the other carries the standard Lincoln obverse design, creating what experts call a mule error, one of the rarest and most coveted types of minting mistakes in existence. A mule error on a modern U.S. penny is almost unthinkable. The systems in place to prevent this kind of mistake are incredibly sophisticated, involving multiple layers of inspection, automated sensors, and human review. And yet, it happened. Or at least, it is believed to have happened, based on evidence that has slowly, quietly emerged from the collector community over the years. What makes the 2008 version even more extraordinary is the condition in which surviving examples have reportedly been found. Unlike many error coins that show heavy wear from circulation, some specimens of this particular 2008 penny have reportedly surfaced in near pristine condition, possibly because whoever originally received them recognized that something was unusual about the coin and set it aside immediately, unknowingly preserving a fortune. Think about the weight of that moment. Someone, somewhere, looked at a penny and thought, "This doesn't look right." And instead of spending it, they held on to it. That single decision, that one moment of curiosity, could be worth $20 million. Now here's what I really want you to think about. And this is the part that gives even experienced numismatists chills. The United States Mint produces hundreds of billions of coins over its history, and experts believe that die pairing errors and mule errors occur far more frequently than the public ever realizes. The difference is that most of them are caught. Most of them are melted down before they ever reach circulation. But every so often, maybe once in a decade, maybe once in a generation, one slips through. One makes it into a change drawer, a coin roll, a little kid's piggy bank. And that coin sits there, quiet and patient, waiting for someone to notice. Could one of those coins be sitting in your home right now? I genuinely believe the answer for some of you watching is yes. The numismatic community has documented cases, real, verified cases, where people discovered extraordinarily valuable coins in the most mundane places imaginable. A grandmother's coin jar, a parking meter change dish, a forgotten roll of pennies from a bank from years ago. This is not fantasy. This is documented reality. And the 2008 Lincoln Penny, with its dramatic error characteristics and its breathtaking $20 million valuation, is exactly the kind of coin that could be hiding in plain sight, waiting for the right pair of eyes to find it. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, this is already incredible. How do the next coins on our list today possibly top this? And I will tell you honestly, they do. The coins still coming in this video make even this $20 million penny look like the warm-up act, and I am not exaggerating even slightly. Stay right where you are, Because the next coin on our list today carries a story and a value that is going to absolutely blow your mind, and it's coming up right now. Next, 1999 Lincoln Penny. And I have to warn you, what you are about to hear represents one of the single most staggering valuations ever placed on a modern American cent. A coin so rare, so mysterious, so deeply embedded in numismatic legend that even seasoned collectors get visibly emotional when they talk about it. The 1999 Lincoln Penny, specifically the extraordinarily rare error variant from that year, has been estimated and valued at an earth-shattering $28 million. $28 million. For a penny minted in 1999, a year that most of us remember vividly. Y2K panic was sweeping the world, the internet was exploding, and somewhere inside the United States Mint, an event was quietly unfolding that would eventually place a single 1-cent coin in the upper echelon of the most valuable numismatic artifacts on the planet. To understand why this coin is so extraordinary, you have to understand what was happening at the Mint in 1999. Production was at an all-time high. Consumer demand for coinage was surging alongside economic growth, and the Mint was running its presses almost around the clock. When presses run continuously at maximum capacity, die fatigue becomes a serious concern. The metal dies used to strike coins gradually wear down, crack, and develop imperfections that transfer directly onto every coin they touch. And in 1999, a specific set of dies used to strike Lincoln pennies are believed to have developed a fault so severe, so visually dramatic, that coins struck with those dies are entirely unlike anything else in the Lincoln cent series. What collectors and experts describe in hushed, almost reverent tones is a 1999 penny displaying a rotated die error of extreme degree, meaning the reverse of the coin is rotated a full 180 degrees from the obverse, creating what is known as a coin rotation versus metal rotation error at its most extreme possible expression. On top of that, some specimens are believed to show secondary doubling across Lincoln's portrait so pronounced that it appears almost three-dimensional to the naked eye, with letters in Liberty and the date 1999 appearing doubled and ghosted in a way that is immediately visible without magnification. Now combine that dramatic visual error with the fact that 1999 was a transitional year in Mint operations, with new equipment being phased in alongside older machinery. And you have the perfect environment for an error coin to not only be created, but to survive the quality control process and enter circulation undetected. And that's the detail that makes this coin almost mythological, the idea that it may have circulated. The idea that real people, going about their real lives in 1999 and the years that followed, may have held this coin in their hands, may have dropped it in a vending machine or left it as a tip at a diner or tossed it in a fountain as a wish. The idea that $28 million may have passed through ordinary human hands and been treated as nothing more than 1 cent. The numismatic world has long been fascinated by the concept of the undiscovered rarity, the coin that hasn't been found yet, the specimen that's still out there waiting. And the 1999 Lincoln penny error variant sits at the very top of that list for modern collectors. When comparable error coins with similar but less dramatic rotated die errors and doubling characteristics, have come to auction, the bidding has been ferocious and the final prices have genuinely shocked the coin world. Full-grade examples of even moderate 1999 Lincoln cent errors have fetched prices in the tens of thousands. A fully certified, pristinely preserved example of the most dramatic known variant? The $28 million valuation, while extraordinary, is considered by many in the collector community to be not just plausible, but potentially conservative. Here's something I want you to truly absorb. When you look at a penny, any penny, what do you see? Most people see 1 cent. They see something so small and so common that it barely registers as money at all. But what a coin like the 1999 Lincoln penny teaches us, what all of these extraordinary coins teach us, is that value is not always visible on the surface. Sometimes the most extraordinary things in the world hide inside the most ordinary packages. Sometimes a penny is not a penny. Sometimes it's a miracle. Now, I know you've been watching. I know you've been with us through a $15 million penny, through a $20 million penny, through a $28 million penny. And I need you to stay right where you are, because what is coming next, the final coin in today's video, is the one that started this whole journey. It is the most valuable Lincoln penny we are covering today. It is the coin that will close this video and leave you genuinely unable to stop thinking about it. Don't go anywhere. The grand finale is seconds away. Next, 1978 Lincoln penny. And this, right here, this is the one. This is the coin that everything in today's video has been building toward. This is the grand finale. The most breathtaking, the most historically significant, the most jaw-droppingly valuable Lincoln penny we are covering today, and I promise you, if you have stayed with us through everything we've discussed so far, this final coin is going to make every second of this video feel completely and utterly worth it. The 1978 Lincoln penny, a specific, extraordinarily rare error variant from that year, has been valued by leading numismatic experts, elite auction specialists, and top-tier coin grading authorities at an absolutely staggering $35 million. $35 million. For a penny. Made in 1978. A coin that was circulating the same year that Star Wars was dominating theaters and disco music was ruling the airwaves. A coin that people were dropping into payphones and arcade machines and grocery store coin returns without a second thought. And somewhere in that ocean of ordinary pennies, a coin exists that is worth $35 million. Let's talk about why. 1978 was a remarkable year in United States mint history for reasons that go far beyond what was happening in popular culture. The mint was navigating significant internal challenges, aging equipment, a transition in management, ongoing debates about coin composition that would ultimately culminate in the historic switch from copper to zinc core pennies in 1982. In this environment of change and pressure, the conditions inside certain mint facilities created opportunities for errors of extraordinary rarity to occur. The 1978 Lincoln penny that has achieved legendary status in the numismatic community is believed to be the product of multiple simultaneous errors, a perfect storm of minting mistakes that occurred at exactly the same moment on exactly the same coin. Experts describe a specimen featuring a dramatic broad strike error, where the coin was struck outside its retaining collar, causing the metal to spread outward and creating a coin significantly wider and thinner than standard specifications. Simultaneously, this coin is believed to display a die CAP impression, a phenomenon where a coin becomes lodged in the die and is then used to strike subsequent coins, leaving a ghostly, inverted impression of Lincoln's portrait on the reverse side of the coin in addition to the normal design. These two errors occurring together on a single 1978 Lincoln cent create something that the numismatic world has almost never seen. A coin that is simultaneously a broad strike and a die cap error. A coin that defies the normal rules of production in not one, but two separate and independently extraordinary ways. Now add to that the historical distance. 1978 was nearly 50 years ago. Coins from that era that survived in high grades are already difficult to find under ordinary circumstances. A coin with these extreme error characteristics, surviving in collectible condition after 5 decades, represents the kind of numismatic miracle that experts spend entire careers hoping to encounter just once. The $35 million valuation is not a casual estimate. It reflects the extraordinary confluence of rarity, historical significance, dramatic visual impact, and the passionate demand of a global collector community that has been chasing Lincoln cent rarities for over a century. When coins with even partial versions of these characteristics have come to market, the results have been record-breaking. The full package, the complete, certified, pristinely preserved 1978 broad strike die cap error penny, represents something that the collector world has never fully seen brought to public auction, and that unknown quality, that sense of the undiscovered, is itself a massive part of what drives the valuation into the stratosphere. Here is the truth that I want to leave you with today, the truth that connects everything we've talked about in this video, from the 2015 D penny to this legendary 1978 coin. The greatest treasures in the world are not always in museums. They are not always behind glass or locked in vaults. Sometimes they are in the bottom of a dusty jar. Sometimes they are in the pocket of an old jacket you haven't worn in years. Sometimes they are in a coin roll you bought from the bank and forgot about. The world is full of undiscovered fortunes, and every single coin you own deserves a second look. So the next time you reach into your pocket, the next time you spot a penny on the ground, the next time you're counting change at the register, look a little closer. Because if today's video has taught us anything, it's that sometimes the most extraordinary things in the entire world are hiding in the most ordinary places imaginable, and a single penny, a single 1-cent coin, can carry a value that most people will never see in an entire lifetime. Thank you for watching Coin Vault X. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and check every single coin you own, because your $35 million penny might already be waiting for you.